That's a really good question. So what interested me in pursuing law were several things that happened to me, I believe, as an undergraduate. It's not like I grew up knowing attorneys or I didn't grow up knowing attorneys or judges or anything like that. But the first thing was when I started at the University of Hawaii, the first intercollegiate Wahine basketball team was starting. And so I tried out and I made the team. I had come from Japan, and my mother had worked hard to send me to the University of Hawaii. I had paid non-resident tuition, and after I made the team, the coach said I was getting a scholarship, and I was shocked. And it was wonderful because, I got my tuition back and I got some money every month. And I found out that it was because of a law that had passed 2 years earlier called Title IX. And I looked into that law and I found out that it was a Japanese American woman from Hawaii that had really pushed for that law to get through Congress. And it's the law that says that universities and schools receiving federal funds cannot discriminate on the basis of sex. And so that's why the University of Hawaii started an athletic program. There was no women's athletics program at UH when Title IX passed in 1972. That fall, Dr. Donna Thompson started the volleyball team and the track team. The next year, she started a club basketball team. And in '74, when I came to the University of Hawaii, was the first intercollegiate women's basketball team. And so that I realized the power of the law to effectuate social justice. Another thing that happened was a Wahine volleyball player in 1976. See, we used to practice in Clum Gym. It's a gym at UH. It's still there. But we had the middle court. The volleyball team had one end, and the cheerleaders and the wrestlers had the other end. So we practiced with the volleyball team every day. One of the volleyball players in 1976, I found out that she had been the Jack Bonham Award recipient, which is the award given to scholar athletes at the University of Hawaii. Now they give it to one man and one woman. Back then, only one person got it. And she was the first woman at UH to get the Scholar Athlete Award. And her name is Marilyn Moniz. And I found out she was going to law school. And I remember thinking, wow, athletes can go to law school. And that was one thought that came to my mind. And the third thing was my cousin, who went to UH a year ahead of me, also from Japan, had married a guy who was from the Richardson class of 1977. And they had met while he was studying in Japan. And his name is Kent Keith. And Kent said to me, Sabrina, you should consider law school. Because he knew me, he knew my personality, and he thought that I would be a good lawyer. And so that's when I decided. Those three things kind of came together and made me decide I really wanted to go to law school. I didn't really come out until 1991, when I started teaching at the law school. And that was because Hawaii at that time, in 1991, had become the third state in the nation to prohibit employment discrimination on the grounds of sexual orientation. And of course, I had been a practicing lawyer, I had been in-house counsel, and then when I started teaching at the law school, I felt comfortable coming out. But it really was, the sense of social justice, the sense of diversity, inclusion at the law school that I think made me much more comfortable coming out. In terms of, I went to law school from 79 to 82. People were much more closeted back then, but it was really through my education and then coming back to teach at the law school that I felt comfortable coming out at that time, especially because the law had passed. I think it's the moments were the times that I spent with my friends. We had this little hut which was right by the entrance, and there was an outdoor volleyball court. But a lot of times we would hang out after school and we would play guitar and sing. And the friendships that I formed, I would say, were my most memorable moments at the law school. I think it's the sense of, I'll never forget, and this is one thing I really want to convey to the students now who never had a chance to meet William S. Richardson. The sense of aloha and the sense of social justice and what it means to be a Richardson lawyer, as Professor Mari Matsuda says. It really is standing up for social justice, for the love of the land, the love of the aina, the sense of community, to the sense of humility and aloha that comes with going to Richardson. I'll never forget, as a 1L, we had a fall luau for the entire school every year. And at the luau, across from me came and sat across from me, the person that came and sat across from me was William S. Richardson. And he was the most warm, humble, kind man with so much aloha. He took interest in us, but he was so humble. I couldn't believe that the Chief Justice of the state of Hawaii had come to sit across from me at a school event and took a real interest in myself and my classmates and what we were going through, what we were interested in. And he became a lifelong mentor to me after that, and to many of my classmates and other students as well. But he would show up to all the events, and he was so kind, and he had so much aloha. And I learned so much from him about what it means to treat people that you disagree with aloha, and how much a smile and how much treating people kindly, how far that can actually go, instead of being antagonistic. And I think, and the sense of standing up for the little person, the sense of standing up for Native Hawaiian rights, and the sense of standing up for people that don't have power. I think that all goes to being a Richardson lawyer, and I think that's what's so special about the law school.